How are you guys doing today? Good, good, good. All right, so I've got a surprise for you guys. I brought in a ninja from California. She's a black belt in Taekwondo, and she's going to be helping me instruct you guys. Her name is Bonnie. Can you guys say hi to Bonnie?
Hi everyone, it's so nice to finally meet you. Yeah, as Nathan said, my name is Bonnie. I'll be helping you get help you guys as a Taekwondo instructor starting around next week. I've been practicing Taekwondo for about 8 years now. I got my black belt 2 years ago. And yeah, I'm excited to teach you all.
And 9, 8, 7. On 5, we're going to start running. Ready? 2, and done. Arms out, back and forth, twisting at the torso. 4, 5, 3, and 4, and 5. Stick your hips way out. Go as low as you can on that foot, and then back up. That's 1. Over to the other side. 2. Wah, 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 wah. All right. Shake them out. Move your shoulders. All right. I want you guys to take your elbows and act like you're hitting somebody right across the face and stretch. And then we're going to turn the other way. There we go. That's 2. Here's 3. 4. Now I want you to imagine you're taking your elbow and hitting somebody up underneath the chin, and we're going to take it right up to the ceiling and stretch, okay? There's 1. Other side. 2. 3. There you go. 4. Shake the arms out and then take underneath your elbow and pull across. We're going to kind of hug that arm. Same thing, other side. Take that elbow up like we were hitting somebody under the chin. I want you to give it a little support and hold it there for now. Other side, same thing. Take your hand and I want you to pull your fingers back as you're pushing your palm out and straighten that elbow. Now keep your arm straight and pull your hand down. Same thing on the other side. 3 and 2. Shake out your hands, but don't hit the people next to you. All right. Spread your feet out about shoulder width, okay? And we're going to go straight down to the middle, keeping your back straight. Take your feet just a little bit wider. Now go back down to the middle. And everybody take your chin and try and touch your right knee with your chin. Back to the middle. And take your chin over to your right knee. Middle. And let's show Bonnie our splits, guys. Lower it down into the splits. Let's hold it. Woo. Anybody improved since last week? Wow, we have. Good job. All right, now I want you to hold it. Walk it back up nice and slow. Bring your feet under you. Stand up. Shake those legs out. That knee is off the floor, and I'm pushing my hips forward. Good. I'm going to stick that hip way out. And I'm feeling the stretch now on the inside of this leg here, guys. And I'm just going to hold this. And I might move my hip around just a little bit for 2, back up. Now, if you need to, I want you to hold on to somebody's shoulder, but if you've got the balance, we're going to take our foot and hold it, and we're stretching the front side of our leg, the quadricep muscle. 4, 3, 2. So why are we stretching for so long before we start doing karate? Does anybody know? Come on up here, Faith. I was going to say, I'm staring right at you. You can't act like you're not here. Why do we stretch before we do karate or taekwondo, martial arts, whatever we're doing? What is it? Why do we stretch? Make our muscles flexible so we don't injure ourselves. All right. So, guys, these are things that you guys can be doing before class starts. In between classes, we need to be doing these stretches to improve our flexibility. Okay. I want you guys to get in a little bit of a competition with each other on who can get those splits the lowest in the class, okay? Raise your hand. Raise it up high. Higher, higher, higher. Raise your hand really high. Everybody. Okay, good. I can get you to do stuff. All right. I was just making sure the raising of the hand don't mean nothing. I just want to make sure you guys would follow my instructions today. Are we all awake and alive today, guys? Yes, sir. Boom. There we go. All right. That's what I wanted. Now, I want to teach you guys some stances that are going to be used in some different movement patterns that we'll be working on in our following classes. So I want you to first think about your ready stance. Okay. Our ready stance is just where we're standing with our shoulders and our feet about the same width apart. Okay. And I'm relaxed and I'm ready to start moving. Now, when I'm standing in my ready stance, what am I thinking? Anybody know what my mind is on while I'm standing here? Absolutely nothing. Great answer. My mind is on absolutely nothing. This is a moment, guys, for us to just come to our center, take a deep breath, and focus on what we're about to do. Okay. So from here, from our ready stance, I want you guys to lift up your left foot and step forward with it. Okay. All we're going to do is step straight forward. Okay. Now our feet are pointed in the same direction. I want you to look down at your foot that's out in front, your left foot, and I want you to see if you can see your toes right now. If you can't see your toes, then your knee might be way too far forward, and I want you to pull it back just far enough that you can see your toes and your knee in just about alignment with each other. Does that make sense? All right, let's step back to the line. Now, why are we going through some really slow movements and you guys aren't just punching and kicking? What we're trying to do is build in good form before we have those movements happen. So when the movement happens, it happens with snap and force and strength, and you're actually going to be useful when you use the martial arts. Now, a part of any martial arts training is a little bit of enthusiasm. So when I ask a question, anytime you get excited, anytime you want to shout out, yes, sir, I want you to do that. Okay. When Bonnie's teaching you, I want you to be free to say, yes, ma'am, when you feel compelled. When she asks you a question, you got to give us a little bit of feedback so we know that you're following along. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. So that is our front stance. Now let's move into a blocking technique with that front stance. We're going to step forward with our left foot and we're going to block low with our left hand. Okay. So I'm stepping forward with my left foot and I'm blocking down with my left hand. So let's prepare for that. I want you to take your left hand and cross it over by your shoulder. There you go. Now, as we step forward, I want you to twist the hips just a little bit and put some force on that low block, okay? And we talked last week about using our voice, guys. So I want you to key up, okay? I want you to key up really loud or use your spirit to drive the movement. So let's cross that arm over again. Take your left arm, cross it over. And when I say hiya, we're all gonna step forward and block. Ready? Ooh, Faith, you got the wrong arm here. There you go. Switch your hands. There you go. All right, step back. And good. Let it fly. So we're blocking with the left arm, guys. I'm crossing up high and taking that arm down low as I step. So take that arm and cross it over. And really, really slow now. I want you to step forward with that left foot, set it down and don't block yet. So our arm should still be crossed. Now take that left arm and I want you to block down towards your knee with it as you pull the right hand back. Good. Now go back, cross that over. Don't move your feet. Stay right where you are with your feet, but cross the hand over. We're going to go down with the left hand as we're pulling the right hand back. Good. Cross it over again. And block down harder this time. Good. And again. Harder. All right, one more time, really loud. Good, now step back. Now cross that hand over. As we step, let's do that same hand motion we just practiced. Good, now step back and let's cross over the right hand. I'm just gonna keep doing the motion, watch me and copy, okay? Crossing over my right hand and blocking down over my knee. All right, let's step back. Ready stance. Cross over that right arm. We're gonna step forward the right foot and low block over our right knee. Good job. Back to our ready stance. So this is what in my art we call a front stance, okay? Now, the next one I want you to do is called a back stance in my art or a cat stance in Taekwondo, okay? Now, I want you to pull all of your weight back onto that rear leg as you pull this foot back and have your feet at a 90-degree angle. Now, hold most of your weight on that back leg. I want about 90% of all of my weight on this back leg, about 10% on this front leg. I should be able to lift this leg up and balance here. Can you guys do this? Good. Let's get our guards up in front of us right here. Let's pull that leg up and just practice going here. Just like this. Let's do that 10 times. Ready? 1, 2. Now set that foot down. I want you to shift your weight over to this hip and focus your attention in the other direction. Now we're doing the same thing on this leg, okay? Now, if you notice my hip, it looks a little awkward, doesn't it? It's sticking way out. I'm doing that on purpose, okay? I have to get my hip shifted over so that my weight sits properly right over top of this foot and I can balance on it. So shift that hip back. About 90% of my weight is on this leg, 10% on this front leg. And I'm transferring that 10% when I need to do a kick over to this leg, okay? Here we go. Let's lift it up 10 times. 1, 2. All right. Now you can probably guess what type of a kick you could do from that, right? We're here. I can just lift up and front kick somebody or snap kick somebody in the face. From here, I can turn and do a roundhouse kick that we've practiced, right? There you go. Don't kick each other. That's for sparring class. We'll do that one day. Not quite yet. You need a little bit more practice yet. So we practiced our front stance, which is with the hips facing forward, right? And then when we pulled ourselves back into the cat stance, you notice our hips went off to an angle, right? So my hips were forward in my front stance, off on an angle in my cat stance. So front stance, cat stance. I want to teach you guys horse stance too, okay? So we had our front stance here, okay? I want you to think about taking your hips and turning them 90 degrees totally, and like you're sitting on a horse, okay? You guys should all be facing the wall. There you go, boom. All right, so sit on your horse. Now, from here, I don't want you guys to be leaning really far forward like this, okay? Bring those hips underneath of your shoulders. Okay, good. Now, I want you to take your attention towards the camera. Look at me and get your guards up. I want you to have one out to the front and one kind of right here protecting your face, okay? Now, that back foot is going to slide up to the front foot, okay? Then I'm going to lift and kick out to the side and set it down, okay? The whole thing's going to look like this as we do it. We're going to slide up, lift, kick, set it down right in that same stance, okay? Good. All right, here we go. We're going to step forward twice. Ready? 1, go. And again. All right. Take your attention and look towards the windows. All right, we're kicking in the other direction now. So slide the other foot up, lift, kick out, set it down. Good. And again. Good. Now attention towards me. 2 kicks this way. Nope. Go back to your stance. We are not done yet, guys. All right. Towards the wall. There we go. Now look towards me. Guards up. When I key up, I want you to kick this way with a side kick. Hut. Good. And again. Hut. Attention towards the windows. Look this way. Hup. Hup. Ha. And return. Good job. Back up. That's the cool thing about martial arts is we learn from multiple instructors. That's why I wanted to bring somebody else in, because if you guys only learn from me, you're going to have a very one-sided martial art. We have to have a lot of different influences Okay, kind of like if we're to cook a tasty meal, we're not only going to put in just one ingredient, right? We have to involve a lot of ingredients. So bringing somebody else in, even though she may teach a little bit different than me, she may have a little bit of a different style and movement. It's only going to make you guys better as martial artists. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, kind of like when you guys look around, you don't all move the same, right? We've all got different size shapes to our bodies. Our arms are sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. So the way that we do our martial art is actually the way that we move our body and create art with our body. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And much like every art piece is very different and beautiful in its own way, we all are, right? Now let's take those combinations and break them down with the good form that we just worked on. Okay. All right. So let's practice that and then I'll have you guys do it. But think about your good form here. And as I'm breaking this down, watch. Okay. When I'm going to my low block, I'm low blocking here in that cat stance. And then I'm moving into that front stance as I punch. And from this front stance, I'm throwing my front kick, landing in a horse stance to do my side kick. Okay, so those stances are very, very, very important key components to every move that you do. Okay, and I want you to take your time through this like I just did. So, all right, back up. Let's put this all together. Okay, back up, back up, back up. Give yourself some room. All right, go back to your ready stance. You can face me, guys. You don't have to face the wall. Oh, you guys are the best. I love that you are so disciplined. I didn't. You guys are the best students I've ever worked with, just so you know. All right. You guys are close. All right. So let me change the angle at which I was doing that cat stance and see if that helps you guys understand it better, okay? And we're going to go. Good. And again with the right hand. Good. Come on up. Don't be shy. All right. You guys are the best. I want you to know, how good you guys are doing, okay? For a beginner's class to absorb this much information is pretty darn cool. You guys have a very unique quality called discipline built into you. And it's a testament to St. Cyprian. The school that you guys go to must be a very, very, very good. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys take the information I give to you, absorb it, and transform it into movement that's good, efficient movement pretty darn quick. Okay. It's impressive. And I have a lot of faith that we're going to make some really big gains and improvements in your skill level. Okay. I want you guys to understand that that's what we're going for. This isn't just a hobby that we're doing, we're improving our overall skill level, not only in movement but in the classroom, right? In life, when we go home to spend time with our families, we're taking all the things that we're learning from the class. That room, I want you to think of that as your dojang or your dojo, okay? Your martial arts classroom, separate and wholly apart from the rest of St. Cyprian. This is your space for you to go in and practice your martial art, okay? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, I want you guys to realize that in doing this practice that we just did today and the last class that you did, that makes you a martial artist. Okay. You are a practicing martial artist. I want you to hold that deep in your heart and respect yourself for that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, being martial artists, we always show respect to our instructors. Okay. So I first want you guys to bow to Bonnie and then to myself, and we're going to bow to you as well. Okay. Ready? And bow. Saint Cyprian! Huh! Good. All right. Who had fun today? All right. Thank you. Okay. Bonnie, anything you'd like to say to these guys before we part ways?
Yeah, you guys did amazing. Yeah, as Nathan here said, I can definitely see like the discipline in your guys' class. I myself have some experience teaching younger students, and they're just sitting around looking up at the ceiling, not following directions. You guys are doing amazing, especially considering we're not in person here. We're online. You guys are taking that and doing amazing with it. Yeah, one of the best classes I've seen for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys hear that? All right. So